How's everybody doing this evening? Thank you for having me. I just came from Gardena, California. Anybody been to Gardena, California?
Yep.
Yeah? Yes, it's quite a place. It's like being in a David Lynch wet dream. Just think blue velvet. Everything's blue velvet, but quite industrial. It's quite a pep. I like it very much. Anyhow, the story I'll be reading today is Lester. Now, we have a Chester, we have Sylvester, and we got Lester. And Lester, well, he's one of them people that you work with at an office building or a grocery store or a Walmart or a whatchamacallit or a school, and he's got that curmudgeon face and looking at, he don't want to speak to you, but really he's not having a good day. He's just, he just didn't have enough sleep. Anyway, the print is a little faded because of the stupid printer didn't print half the way, but I'll do my best to read word for word. Anyway, so Lester. It was a Tuesday when Lester got his suite at the Hilton down the lane. 3 stars on account of cheap service from an onion-faced receptionist with a Cheshire grin saying, "Have a nice day," when it actually isn't a nice day, but just a nice way of saying, "Don't come in our pillows," to which Lester responded with an awkward grin, almost pathetic in a way, saying, "Well, I have better and worse ways of toying with my splooge elsewhere, but thanks for the Oh yes, it was a Tuesday, all right. Lester drops his bags on the floor and makes his way to the window. Peeking his eyes through the glass, he expected to see a view of the mountains and the trees and the waves of the river ahead. But there wasn't any, but the view of a hotel building across the street. What he can see from this window is a silver and gold and green building with a neon sign with cursive lettering saying, "The Emerald Palace," towering over the river and mountains. Lester wonders if Dorothy frequents there every now and again. She probably does. Hell, she probably is being, well, gangbanged by the scarecrow in the carbon vine as we speak. Now that mangy little peeping Tom Toto is having a good time watching from the comfort of his emerald pillow cushion. What a sight indeed. Lester only has an hour by himself until he's called to go to the dining hall for group therapy he has to endure. A lady with the candy corn glasses, probably the coordinator, told him through the telephone that a specialist wants to see Lester and wants to get to know him so he's able to feel comfortable to go over his therapy. Lester's a very melancholic person. Melancholic and quite cross that he's got to fly to be in a room filled with angry, sad, lonely, sex-deprived, neurotic people such as himself, and sit with them and talk about his problems. The lady, see, I told you the faded print. The lady,
Mad Libs.
All right. The lady asked Lester in group therapy, she asked him, okay, how? Well, we'll just skip on that one. We'll get to the second one. Might help Lester loosen up and get some things off the chest. Okay, I figured it out. The lady thinks that group therapy might help Lester loosen up and get some things off his chest. Yeah. Okay, well, he's been acting funny lately at work concerning his co-workers. He's been drinking a lot lately, way too much. And an addict, if you will. He's been a drunken mess at work, slurring his words and becoming aggressive towards his co-workers, especially Chad, who he despises very much. He thinks Chad should burn in hell and give the devil a hand job. I guess you want me to cry, yeah? Well, I don't have it in me to cry like some bitch. I'm no Hemsley bitch to cry my grievances on your shoulders. I'm just here because I have to be here. I don't even want to come here at all, let alone sit with all you people. But I mean, you're here now, Lester. It would be nice for you to open up to us and tell us why you're here. I mean, why is it that? What is your journey, brother? Don't be shy to confess it. Journey. We're here to hear you out. We won't judge you. We promise. Where do I start with this journey you speak of? For starters, there is no journey. I have no life of my own. I work a 9-to-5 job at some office building, sitting in a little cubicle, filing paperwork, faxing or printing, the whole 9 yards. It's a piece of shit job, all right. It pays well. I guess the people suck. Nothing but hollow, selfish, vain pieces of shit. I mean, I ain't no saint either, but hey, it takes one piece of shit to know them. I don't attend church, so don't convince me of going, because I won't go. Why do I have to go to a building when the good Lord is everywhere? I mean, sometimes I want to bash their skull in with a sledgehammer and jump off the building and end my life there. Man, but I'm just wishfully thinking. I think it's sick, the job. No. I think this is sick. To make someone go and pour their hearts out and say things they don't want to say. Just because folks are a little different doesn't make them weird or a concern to society. I see it all the time, and I play a part of it as well. They talk about their virtues but never live up to their values. There's a difference between virtues and values. With virtues, the problem, the situation, if you will, well, it is talked about, bitched about, cried about, but with values, it's living up to it. I don't live up to it. I'll admit it. But hey, at least I'm frank about it. But why exactly are you here, Lester? I'm here. I guess I'm here because I drink too much. And that's a problem for me. And for the people in my life. My co-workers, my mother, and my relatives. I drink because I want to. I love the thrill of it because it keeps me going and going and going until I go blotto and I have to sit in a room and pour my heart out to you people. And I know when I go back to my room, I feel numb. And I have the TV on playing a PBS program while I'm standing by the door and let the noise drown the awful silence. And then I have to go to bed and then wake up, go to work where the awful silence, the paperwork, the fax machine, and the sheer boredom awaits me. And then there will be a point where I overhear Chad in the break room and listen to him chat with his buddies about how he got to sleep with some gal on the front desk and goes on with the details while I eat my sandwich. And then I get up and leave and stand by the doorway and feel disgusted about the whole thing. And then he would go on about how he slept his cock in her mouth and how much he enjoyed the thrill of it. And I have to listen to it. And I can imagine myself watching her eat his cock and butt. He will leave her lying on the bed, naked of course. Oh, keeper, let me see. Naked of course. Now, I think, all right, that. Okay, Well, this one is a little blurry because the stupid printer didn't print that up. But I'm trying to see from the light here because it ain't my saving grace. But I'm trying my hardest to read as much as I can from this print. So naked, of course, and while he goes to the bathroom to take a piss or a shower, and the hell I care. And I watch this girl slipping her fingers between her breasts, circling it as she feels it swelling up, all while staring at the ceiling, not knowing that I'm watching her from the closet, debating if I should go to the bathroom and slit Chad's throat with the razor blade or choke the woman to death. But that's all in my head, wishfully thinking, not really living up to those thoughts. I know it ain't going to happen, and I know when I go back home, I'm going to go back to my loneliness like clockwork. Go to bed, wake up for work. Go to bed, wake up for work. I guess if I have to say it, then so it be. I do have a problem. I was screwed terribly, honey. It was all right, Mom. I mean, I did my best. I told them what I thought and what I felt. And how did that turn out? Well, let's put it this way. Nobody ate with me during break, that's for sure. Don't worry, lovely. If you can't find them, join them. But I don't want to. I don't want to join them. And I don't want to go. And I certainly don't want to go out for coffee with them or even be associated with any of them. I'm here because I drink too much. You know that. But I know you're taking the first step to get better. How proud I am that you're doing that. You don't know how happy I am to know you're getting better and soon back on your feet. You ought to lay off the sauce, sonny. It's no good for you. You know that. You get so moody when you drink. And when you don't drink, you're emotionally numb sometimes. You don't want to end up at that court again, do you? That nasty Mr. Chad, how he spoke ill of you, spewing all them lies of you, saying that you follow him around, his lady, and that you called him a fornicator, and he said you was a sodomite, that you like to watch people behind their backs doing their own deeds while they're not looking, and he beat you up and you hit him back. That vulgar man, how could he come up with all these lies on my sweet boy, my sweet Lester? That ain't true. You could never do a thing like that. That face of yours could never do harm. I look like a potato, Mom, but you're a very sweet potato. Oh, I could just eat you up. I don't think I'm sweet. I don't feel like it. Hush it with your nonsense. What did you eat? What did you eat though? I mean, they had some clam chowder and some crackers. I drank a little grape soda on the side. It was nice, I guess. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you ate. Growing boys need their meals. Yeah, I suppose so. Listen, I gotta go. I need to call it a night and hit the hay. I'll call you tomorrow, okay? All right, honey. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Sweet dreams. God bless. Nighty-night. Lester hangs up the phone and paces back and forth in his room and makes his way to the window to look at the Emerald Palace across the street. Some of the windows have their curtains closed and some of them open. Lester is eyeing one of the windows, expecting to catch a family eating supper together or some girl taking her top off and dressing herself in her nightgown. Thinking no one is watching, but there was not much to see from across the street. Not a soul in frame. Some of them asleep. Some folks are out and about. Instead, Lester got a view of a homeless man with a black tar for a face sleeping on a mattress out in the cold. Lester had a long day, so did the homeless man, but he's still walking the road of salvation and glory. Some people don't like the homeless man. They find him disgusting and off-colored. Just another poor bum who got the short end of the stick, although they use him up for their entertainment and exploitation. Although they don't want him around their presence, so they leave him and where they found him in the cold. And he still continues to walk the long road of salvation and glory. I mean, he's not some magic Mexican or a barbarian, but a man of his own word and keeps his word. He and Jesus Christ are best of friends, good terms. He's the only one to listen to him spew his words. Lester turns away from the window and turns the television box on, letting the noise of the PBS broadcast snuff the awful silence in the room. It's just between him and PBS. He could get late tonight, but who's going to screw a pudgy, balding feller like Lester? His life is not like HBO or Netflix or Showtime, where the odds are on his favor, or is it? It doesn't work that way, as much as he wished. But he's got to live with the fact that he is past his prime, and nobody wants to screw a fatty with sagging tits. Not a very good picture indeed, is it? And not a very good picture for HBO either. All it is to Lester is just some grand glamour performance. Nothing but bullshit. Well, that was Lester. And this one's a true story.
Okay.
Yes.
It has to be quick, though.
I'm going to be quick enough.
Make it quick, Omar. Make it quick, Omar. Okay.
Well, this story, it's about the Costco parking lot.
Oh, boy.
Well, yes. It was back in 2019, and I attended a special education career transition center, and that was a while ago, so 5 years ago. And so we would go out and about off campus and do all sorts of things, and Costco would fill our worlds, get lunch and whatnot, and learn basic things, how to shop and how to speak to people, and so on and so forth. So, still hung up with Lester. So the parking lot. Pizza and sex at the Costco parking lot. Well, I once caught a couple having sexual relations in a Costco parking lot. Accidentally speaking. It's not like I was looking for it. It just happened. At the time, I was going to a special education career transition center for adults with special needs to gain skills to obtain competitive employment. So our class frequently got to go off campus and explore the community. We all decided to go to Costco for the food court. Ah, yes. I remember those days when I'd order a hot dog and a pepperoni pizza. And to drink it down was a medium-sized cup of Pepsi Cherry or Dr. Pepper. And then I eat them up and give them a big, hunky-dory smile and say, "That's some good pizza." And strangers would look back with confused faces, snicker amongst each other and say, "What the hell is wrong with them?" To which the other person would chime in, "Oh, don't worry, honey, ain't nothing to see here. Don't pay them any mind. Those folks give me the creeps. They look like they're on angel dust." Those were the days. And then they would leave off with their box of inshore, bag of chips, rotisserie chicken, donuts. Well, with that combination, I wonder what their diet plan must look like. Anyhow, when it was time to go back to the van in the center, I would take my leftovers to go, wrap my pizza with tinfoil, and hit the road. To be frank, I never wanted to go back to school. I wanted to stay. A place like Costco was like being at a palace. I was over the moon. But I had to go back regardless. We all walked back to the parking lot in a big line as if we were ducklings. But from another person's perspective, we were all just plain ass ugly. It wasn't as hunky-dory as people like to flower it up to be. Anyway, I was walking behind them as we made our way to the van, and the van was located in the far back of the lot, and with a few cars packed here and there, walking and passing one car after another, watching their windows like some crazy person. I accidentally caught this skinny, dirty, blind woman placing her lips on some feller's cock, going down and sucking every inch of his confidence until he would regret it at the end of the day. I assume with all men's egos, they would regret losing their man juice. That's what I heard from YouTube as told by sex addicts and other weirdos. Alarming, right? And I scurried fast to catch up to the line for a fat kid at the time. I was doing a marathon. Well, when we got to the van, I was tired and breathing heavily. One student asked if I was okay. "You look like you've seen the devil." To which I replied, oh no, I saw worse than that. Then we rode back to the vocational center. Looking back on it, I can't help but laugh like an old sailor. Just thinking about those people doing it in the car makes me laugh. That was also where my introduction to oral sex began, only at the Costco parking lot. The end.